Your questions about business, career, personal development, and achieving the American dream are more than welcome. Email them to info@makinitnow.com. Now back to more Makin' It with Tommy and Todd.
Today we're going Hollywood with our guest, a celebrity from the NBC hit TV show The Voice. I hear the girls go crazy over this guy, and he's a very talented performer.
And he's very good looking, Todd.
Well, okay. I'll agree. Okay. Chris Jamison made it into the top 5 on The Voice with the help of his mentor, pop star Adam Levine, and he had to really fight for that spot. Jamison sang for his life and was saved by all the Twitter followers with an overwhelming amount of votes in his favor. Since then, he signed a deal with Republic Records and continues to write and sing, including having produced 2 albums available on iTunes, which he'll tell us more about. Chris, welcome to the Makin' It with Tommy and Todd show.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
We're doing great.
Good.
Chris, I'd like to start off. I'm from Pittsburgh also, as I think you know. And in Pittsburgh, we're heard on WPGP-AM 1250, and that's The Answer. And also, you went to college in Columbus, Ohio, where we're heard on 98.9 The Answer. So you have lots of fans in those 2 cities, as well as all over the country where our program's heard. I need to say, starting out, my wife and I love you. We loved you on The Voice. We repeatedly voted for you. So
Yeah, they're like voice addicts.
We're voice addicts, yes. But we were particularly that year, I think, is our Pittsburgh relationship.
Yeah.
So how's life after the show? What's going on with you these days?
Yeah, I mean, life is good. Since being on the show, life has completely changed. It's a lot different than it was before the show. I was going, like you had mentioned previously, I was going to school for business marketing at Capital University in Columbus, well, Bexley, Ohio, right outside of Columbus. And I was just going to school for business. I wasn't really, I didn't have any huge plans as far as becoming, a career musician or a professional singer or whatnot. I was playing some shows at, local restaurants and bars and things like that when I was in college. But other than that, it was never kind of the plan. The plan was never for me to, pursue music as a career. It was always just something I loved to do and something that I figured I would do for the rest of my life, on the side, apart from, whatever 9-to-5 sort of jobs I was hoping to receive or whatever after I graduated college. But after my sophomore year of after my sophomore year of college, I was involved. I got involved with the show, The Voice, and everything kind of changed from there. I went a lot farther than I had ever expected on the show, coming in 3rd place, and after that it was kind of crazy. Like you had mentioned, I was signed to a recording label, Republic Records, and I cut a bunch of different songs with them. Unfortunately, nothing really stuck or seemed to work very well, so we ended up ending our relationship together probably a year after I signed with them. And since then, I have just been kind of doing a lot of the stuff on my own as far as playing out in different venues in the United States. I've been I put out a original EP, which consists of 4 songs that I wrote. That's available on iTunes and anywhere else you can get music. And then also, most recently, I put out a Christmas project, which again is available on iTunes too. So I'm just trying to keep busy. This is now what I do every day. Live, eat, sleep, and breathe music nonstop. And I never expected this to be my life, but I'm very, very grateful that it is. I feel like I'm doing the right thing, and I hope that, as I continue to move throughout the next couple of years, that hopefully you'll only see more and more from me.
Chris, that's really great and informative. You mentioned that you were a marketing major in college, and tell our viewers a little bit about what a performer has to do, once they're in the public eye, and we hear all these stories about dealing with record companies and the demands on an individual performer. What do you have to do to market yourself as a performer?
Yeah, I mean, I think today, especially today, in this technology-driven, social media-driven era that we live in, it's really important as as far as online stuff is concerned, and making sure that you have a presence not only on like Facebook but also every other social media platform that now exists. It's important that you're able to reach different fans on different places and different platforms. So most of it, as far as that side of things, is a lot of it's online now, which is nice, but at the same time, it allows a lot more people to be involved in the music industry. You hear tons of different stories about not only people coming off of shows like The Voice and being successful, but you hear people being discovered on YouTube and on Vine and Instagram and Facebook. And so it really makes having all that stuff online really makes having a career in music accessible. And so it's great. I mean, I love being able to interact with people online. I get comments from Brazil and China and
wow.
Everywhere in the United States. And it's kind of cool to see everyone reacting to the music, people that are in completely different parts of the world. So it's awesome in that regard. But yeah, it's a lot of work as far as the business side of things is concerned. Unfortunately and fortunately, I guess, I spend most of my time handling a lot of the business side of things. I wish I was able to spend more time being more of the, on the creative side of things. But hopefully, as time progresses, I can delegate some certain tasks to different people, and I can start to focus more on the creative side of things.
Okay, Chris, tell us just real quickly before the break about how an album is constructed, and the theme, the process, and how does that come about?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of planning. It first just comes about as far as like just writing songs and writing music and making sure that you have the material, and then you figure out from there the branding you want to have with it and the photos and pictures, and it's a long process, but you have to create one whole cohesive project, not just with the music, but also with the artwork.
When we come back, we'll have more with singing sensation Chris Jamison from NBC's hit TV show, The Voice.